let's take you through the starting grid of the final for round 3 for DD2 and DD2 Masters. Nikita Genza, who's now taken over as the leader of the championship after the qualifying heats, and the final intermediate classification starts from pole position. Imke Hartz, who's brought herself into the championship fight this year, is alongside on the front row. She currently places 4th in the championship on 374 points. Mats Johan Overhoff, 2 third places so far here at Kerpen. He starts 3rd. Alongside him will be Dylan LaHaye, who's currently, at the moment, 3rd in the championship standings on 375 points. Fredrik Zevis Christensen, who now has a 10-point disadvantage to Nikita Genza, starts on the inside of row number 3. Joining him is Michael Becker, who at the moment in the Masters classification goes ahead of Christophe Capitan, but is 10 points behind the man leading the Masters classification, who starts down in 11th, Carl Clebor. Jordi Clebor, Carl's son, starts 7th, ahead of Luca Neuenhausen, who rounds out the 4th row, Mark Schuppmann and Nicolas Guillaume, who is 5th in the championship standings for DD2 on 365 points. Weekend to forget for the number 491 from SB Motorsport. Carl Clebor, Christophe Capitan, Louis Koch and Maximilian Adolf round out the 14-strong grid. Good to see Isaac Barker cheering on for Jacob Ashcroft and saying, "You flipping legend." Dirk Rieskens was cheering on Lars Lambers in the junior final. But now we turn our attention to our DD2 and DD2 Masters drivers. Sunshine abundant in the sky from up above. Temperatures around about 12 degrees cooler than yesterday. We are at a high at the moment of 19 degrees, set to hit probably just north of 20 a little bit later on today. But after this, we'll then have the senior final that will conclude the racing action, and then we'll have just 1 month, 5 weeks effectively to go. So the red lights are on the gantry for DD2 and Masters, the final. The revs rise, the lights are out, and straight away, Genza and Overhoff, good friends off track, but rivals on it, lead the way. Luke Arts in 3rd ahead of Dylan LaHaye, 4th. Well, 5th looks to be possibly, I think it might, yes, that is Zevis Christensen from Denmark. So 1 clean sweep already achieved in DD2 this year. Fredrik Zevis Christensen did that at the season opener at Karting Genk. But then 3 different drivers got maximum scores. Genza being one of them, Guillaume being one of them, and LaHaye won the final at Marienborg. But it has been the Genza gravy train at the moment. He leads Mats Johan Overhoff by just over 4/10 after the opening lap. As they head into turn number 3 very shortly, a couple of drivers getting compromised. Well, Imke Arts is, where is Imke Arts at the moment? She's currently running P3. And there you see a wonderful shot of the Piff Paff chicane. This is the run coming up towards Mutkurva very shortly. So through turn 9, up towards turn number 10. Wonderful shot of the circuit. And through the Schumacher S. Imke Arts now right on the tail of Mats Overhoff. And very close racing we're going to find here. Imke Arts has Dylan LaHaye immediately to the right-hand side through into the left at turn 3, but LaHaye was wise not to stick it up the inside there. Neither was Christensen. Bouncing over the curbs. Yeah, very tough on the equipment underneath you, and over the course of a race weekend, you do have to think of the 2 words, mechanical sympathy. But the minute you put the visor down, it just all goes, you know, that plan just goes straight out the window, because every driver worth their salt wants to win. Arts not putting all our cards on the table just yet. but with a lead of a second just after, what, 2.5 minutes. If Genza starts pulling away like he did in the previous race, those behind him have got two types of hope. Bob Hope and no hope, and Bob's already left the building. So they've got to really start. If they start fighting, then it's Genza's race, 100%, and we'll do a clean sweep, like Jensen Chalk did earlier. Right, okay, time penalty going the way of the 4:28. Dylan LaHaye has been hit with a 5-second time penalty by breaking formation with all 4 wheels outside of the tram lines. That's going to smart a little bit for the Belgian driver. And 5 seconds. Okay, well, Dylan LaHaye is 1.6 behind the race leader. That will put him in 13th place at the moment if the race was to finish as it stands. So LaHaye's got to get a move on. He has got to move on in the fact that he's already got at 1 place. He's gone past Imke Arts for 3rd. But LaHaye has got to start moving forward, and that's not going to be easy with the talent that he has behind him. Imke Arts being one of them. Fredrik Sebes Christensen, Mats Johan Overhoff, Sebes Christensen and Overhoff are doing the hokey cokey at the moment, swapping positions. So across the line we go again. Just over 9 minutes 20 to go. And now with LaHaye having a bit of clear air, this might help him to expedite a damage limitation strategy. In that respect, he's going to have to try and catch and pass the race leader. With 8.5 minutes still to go, anything's possible. Dylan LaHaye is being closed in on by Imke Arts. Last time around, well, Imke Arts was slightly slower. But with another minute to go until we hit the half-time point of this final, 14 minutes in total, plus an additional lap. And not just DD2 and DD2 Masters, but also for seniors who will be closing out the on-track action here at Kart Club Kerpen. Mats Johan Overhoff has just been passed by Fredrik Sebes Christensen, who's now moved up into P4. But, well, Imke Arts will know that Dylan LaHaye's got a 5-second time penalty if she's seen it on the digiboard, but she will want to do a number on him out on track. And quite a spirited individual as Imke Arts has represented the Dutch Lions at the Grand Finals for many a year. And normally has got a ticket through the Chrono Karting Dutch Championship. Back in action at Circuit de Lansard on the 15th of September. But under braking, Imke Arts looks a lot more measured than Dylan LaHaye, but he just seems to have the traction pull coming out of the corners. But Imke Arts nearly right on his rear bumper, going through into the Schumacher S and out of the final corner. Fastest lap at the moment is by the driver in 4th place, Fredrik Zevis Christensen, with a 44.231. And he's just put a personal best through the first section. But Nikita Genza, with just over 6 minutes to go, has a nearly 2.1 second lead. And he's also currently leading RMC Germany's standings. Indeed, if I remember correctly, they have their final race in 2 weeks' time in Eastern Germany at Arena E in Mülsen. I'm just wondering, not if, but when will Imke Arts pull the trigger and get through on Dylan LaHaye for second. And that will put Dylan LaHaye in an even more precarious position. Well, first of all, that knocks him off the podium. Now, Arts might have an opportunity here if she lines it up. Here we go. Imke Arts through to the insiders. Dylan LaHaye just makes an absolute howler of a mistake. And Arts is through for second position. Fredrik Zevis Christensen now on the back bumper of Dylan LaHaye. Going through into turn 6 now into 7 and 8. Dylan LaHaye went very, very sideways through that turn 2. He knew that Arts was going to be pressurising him for a couple of laps. But then to make an unforced error like that, I don't think Dylan will be too happy about that. Give him a bit of a kick of motivation, ready for the final round. Nicolas Guillaume having a bit more luck this time. He's up 4 places and closing in on Mats Johan Overhoff. The gap between them is about 4 tenths. Fredrik Zevis Christensen going through turn number 3 behind Dylan LaHaye. So now with just over 3.5 minutes remaining plus an additional lap, Nikita Genza is just carrying on. He's got the racing horse blinkers fully focused on it as Fredrik Zevis Christensen and Dylan LaHaye are 3rd and 4th at the moment. But the Dane, who is looking to try and get himself closer and closer. Lost out the lead of the championship. He wants to do as much as he can. He will get 3rd at the moment as things stand, but Mats Johan Overhoff and Nicolas Guillaume aren't that far behind. They're about 1.2 seconds off of the 4.33's back bumper. So it looks like, again, we've lost Louis Koch out of the race, unfortunately. Just a couple of laps ago. Number 408 for Dor Motorsport. The tyres from the race. It's not been an easy one for Louis this weekend. At the moment, we still have 13 runners in this. Carl Klebor has ended up dropping down to 13th in the last kart running on the circuit. Michael Becker still leads in DD2 Masters. He's got Mark Schubmann and Maximilian Adolf in between himself and Christophe Capitan, who at the moment is currently 3rd in the DD2 Masters classification, heading into the final round of the season, plus this race still to go. So 3 laps remain after this, well, including this one, we've got 1:20 plus an additional lap on the timer. And Dylan LaHaye still trying to hold off the advances of a very fast young Danish DD2 driver in the form of Fredrik Zevis Christensen. Genza's lead over Arts of just over 2 seconds. Well, I think it's just the fact that Genza has been controlling things rather nicely on finals day. So running order with 13 seconds to go. Genza leads by 1.9 seconds ahead of Inca Arts, Dylan LaHaye, Fredrik Zevis Christensen, Mats Johan Overhoff round out the top 5. Top 10 completed by Nicola Guillaume, Luca Neuenhausen, DD2 Masters class leader. In 7th, Michael Becker, 8th, Mark Schuppmann, 9th, Maximilian Adolf, 10. Last lap very much underway. Christoph Kerpen down 11th, Peter Jordi and Karl Klebor, the two, the father and son duo. But our leaders have just gone through at turn number 5, or some of our drivers have gone through turn number 5. Meantime, our leader, well, one clean sweep in Mini. There's going to be a clean sweep in DD2, thanks to Nikita Genza. Gratulation to the number 407 from Dor Motorsport, winning comfortably ahead of Inca Arts by just over 1.5 seconds. Dylan LaHaye finishes 3rd on the road, but will drop down to, I think, 8th after timing's been adjusted for the 5-second time penalty. So Dylan LaHaye yes, that'll put him just ahead of Michael Becker, drops him to 7th. But there you see the results. Nikita Genza wins ahead of Imca Arts, with Dylan LaHaye due to be demoted down to 7th, I believe. Ahead of Fredrik Zevis Christensen, Mats Johan Overhoff, Nicola Guillaume, Luca Neuenhausen, Michael Becker winning in DD2 Masters. Ahead of Mark Schuppmann, Maximilian Adolf, Christoph Capitain, Jordi and Karl Klebor, with Louis Koch unfortunately retiring with 7 laps to go. Genza wins in DD2 and Becker makes it double German delight by winning in Masters here for round 3 in the final.